looking at today?
Well, this game I just had 3 losing lanes, and this is like my biggest problem that I don't know what to do when I have this situation. Because yeah, I just gonna clear camps, but when I don't have camps, I have no idea what to do.
Okay, we'll see. You remember why you went this long way? Who's the enemy jungle?
Yeah, because like
I know.
there was ward on my raptors,
Oh,
and like
I see.
I wanted them to think that maybe like I invaded or something.
I see. Okay. Okay, full clear like normal. Get bot crab. Base. Get top kill. 1 HP. Clear down. Makes sense. He took your raptors for it. It's good that you got punished. So I see, like, I still say it's worth. The kill for raptors is worth, but it's nice to see that when, the rule is when you start raptors, you have to be on your raptors on spawn, and when you're not on them on spawn, you will usually lose them, which is obviously a big deal. Right, so.
Yeah.
But I still think it's worth it. Just nice to get punished because it reinforces the thought process. So this is kind of what you mean. Like here, you have no camps up. So you're like, oh, what do I do? And you just kind of randomly run to go fight or something, correct?
Yeah, exactly. This is
Yeah.
like what
So
I
a lot
do
of
every
times,
game.
so
Yeah.
you have to like, I'm not a religious man, but you have to kind of like eat a little faith that um you might not see the reward right now, but it exists. But you have to have your conditions as good as possible. So in this case, even though I don't see a play top, I don't see any camps up, I don't see a gank. Here you'd always base and just run topside. If you right, that's just how you do because you have 1200 gold. So you can buy. I guess you're going. I assume you're going Shojin. That's what every hecarim does first, right? So you have, or what are you building first?
Yeah, I mean,
So
I was trying to do some Eclipse first item, but yeah,
oh,
Shojin is much better, I
that's fine. I
think.
mean, that's fine. Either way.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
wanted to
this
know the
game is
components.
Shojin.
If you're going Clips and you have Warhammer, right? If you're going Shojin, you have Tunneler. The point is you have a full component, right? So here you just base. You buy your full component, either your Tunneler if you're going Shojin or your Warhammer if you're going Clips, and then you're just going to run straight top. And then in this case, you're gonna run down the middle here. And as you're running here, um, if mid's gankable, you go mid. If top's gankable, you go top. Both these champs are mobile. Ori has no dashes. Olaf has no dashes. Both lanes have setup too. Ori has ult and charm. Darius has a Z. So like both top and mid are like gankable lanes, immobiles, and both your laners have set up for you. So even though I'm not saying these lanes are guaranteed ganks, you're just gonna run here, a middle point where you can go from either side, and whatever lane's fighting more volatile, you'll just press the E button and run into their lane, right? And it's one of those things where if you see Diana Diana bot side, then you'll run and take his Gromp, or check his wolves, you know. So it's one of the things where you just base and you just look to do something on the opposite side of the map, you know, because that is the side of the map that has your camp spawning, soon. Um, and it's just not realistic to force a play. Like, what's more sounds more realistic? To force a play on a Braum, or force a play on a immobile champ Oriana, immobile champ Olaf, right? And also, if you press tab here, the bot lane's 4-0, so bot lane's the only lane you should avoid, right? Jungle, and I guess top's actually
Yeah,
pretty bad
exactly.
too, but top's not as bad as bot, as funny as that is, right? Um, so bot's like the only lane you should avoid. So preferably this game, if I was you, I want to play for my mid laner. He's my only lane that's not losing, and he actually has the best setup for you. You could dash forward E, blah blah blah, right? So this case I would always play for base, and then the thing is your Raptors are spawning soon too. Your Raptors in 7 seconds, so you should be based like 10 seconds ago. You run to Raptors, get level 6 off Raptors, and then you boom. I think anytime you gank mid with double ults up, I have no idea how this Orianna lives. She's no boots, no phase rush, immobile. How does she survive a charm into hecarim ult, right? But by the time you show up here, you already finally had to base, right? And now Orianna finally based. So this gank opportunity is gone. See? Or same thing here. Like if you were here instead of being here right now, you're here. You'd kill Olaf and save Darius, correct?
Yes, that's correct. So I think like I look too little into the future and too much into the present moment, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like so a lot of times like I might show this and the student might be like, "Oh, this is hindsight. I didn't know that Top was gonna fight to death there." Yeah, you're right. I didn't know, but it's kind of like that's what I mean by like, the faith comment. Like it's not about knowing. Technically, if we want to do like the math wise, there's a 33% chance 33% chance that any of these three lanes can become gankable in 30 seconds, right? Let's say all three lanes are perfect conditions: full HP, full HP, full HP, under tower, under tower, under tower. It'd be a full 33% chance in all three lanes on who's fighting, right? There's no, it's just that's just how math works. Um, but then you can always skew the math, where like yes, it's 33% chance in every lane, but bot lane is a lane I don't want to gank. So now it just goes to 50% chance, right? And that's why I say you position yourself here. So then you're just constantly looking at both lanes, and then whichever lane looks more volatile, Olaf takes a bad trade or Ori takes a bad trade, then you go mid or then you go top. So it's gonna constantly flip flop. See what I mean? So it's not about like knowing that top or mid is gankable. It's just knowing that bot isn't, and you should debase because you have 1,000 gold, and your topside camps are spawning soon too. So like not only is topside the more gankable lane, but that is where you want to be closer proximity to your future camp spawning. Make sense? Because if you just base right
Yeah, yeah.
now, you'd be on your Raptors instead of them. You'd be on your Raptors right now, hitting, 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 and now you'd be checking her blue and Gromp. Now you see her blue Gromper down, and now you'd be like, okay, I guess now I'll walk to my respawning Krugs right now. And as you're walking to your Krugs, you see, oh shit, top's fighting, and you'd be at this fight right now, perfect timing, just coincidentally. You see?
So this random engage on Braum fuck up my tempo and made my Darius die, and yeah.
Yes. Obviously, like it didn't make him die, like Darius made himself die, but it stopped you from preventing it, which I think would have been possible, right? Random engage on Darius, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean on Braum, yeah. This guy should die, hopefully. Nice. You didn't have to ult either. Perfect. Take our bot camps. Nice little phase rush. My god. I think I know you're saving your ult because he's CC immune, and you don't, and obviously the fear is useless. But I think at this point, um, use ult him right now, just using as a dash, just to get on him. And also your ult still does damage. It does like 150 or something magic damage, right? 180. So I think here you just ult. I think
Yeah, I think that's my problem with hecarim is that like I say my ult too much. Like
yeah.
I'm too greedy with my ults.
Like obviously I know you want the fear, but just the damage would kill this guy. And then obviously if you kill him,
Yeah.
that's great. He's dead, and then you go do your camps or whatever. He probably has a shutdown too. If I would be surprised. And actually, look this, the exact goal from killing him would have got you Shojin, right? So now you're leaving base with no Shojin, no ult,
Yeah.
no ghost. You feel like a complete piece of shit, right?
Yeah, yeah. So by the way, I'm like wondering hecarim, literally only hecarim. So you think like this batch between top and mid that you showed me earlier is like very good spot to be in when I want to gank either top or mid as hecarim because I have my E and I can go to either lane very fast if something happens.
It's not even a hecarim. It's literally just every jungler. It's about pivot points. Like if you don't know where, like sometimes it's obvious. Like I have a 6-0 AD carry. Okay, I'm always going to be just running down and hovering her because if my AD carry is fighting, I want to be there to help them. If they're hitting towers, I want to be there. If we could die, what I mean, like sometimes it's really obvious. Okay, I have 6-0 AD carry. I just run here. When it's not that obvious, right? You want to put yourself at pivot points. So it's central positions. So I want to be here, 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 here. Just these type of central points, because from this point, Ron, you can gank mid and bot, right? From this point on, this banana bush, you can go mid and top, right? It's central points, right? You open to raptors, and from raptors you go top or mid. You want to open to wolves. From wolves you can go mid to bot, right? It's just like no Krugs, no Gromp. Like you don't know where lanes gank, but you don't want to go Gromp because here, if you're at Krugs here, you're across the map from bot, and you're even kind of far from mid, right? Same thing from Grump. If you're on Grump, you're across the map from top. You're even like not that close to mid. But if you're on like Wolves, you could always go Wolves top, Wolves mid, Wolves bot. If you're Raptors, you always go Raptors top, Raptors mid, Raptors bot. So like Raptors Wolves, like this like really central bubble. Anywhere stand. If you're ever not sure where to be, you always want to stand somewhere in the central bubble. And as is just math wise, geometry wise, you're going to be closer to everyone. You
Yeah,
with me?
makes sense. Yeah, so here I didn't go on Christ because obviously Fat Olaf is there.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah, and here I shouldn't even be there because it's like we give Drake anyway, and like I should never play for bot, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, bot's the only losable lane. Like your Krugs are up, Rad's up, Reps are spawning, top crab's up. Bots, yeah, the bot's unplayable.
Yeah, like I think I just like want to be a gentleman. It's like bot is losing and I want to help them, you know?
I mean,
It's
sometimes a
like the
lane's losing,
classic.
like a lane could be 0-2, and you can't help them, you know. But then there are points where a lane's just too far gone, you know. Like, there are points, yes, you can
Yeah,
help a lane,
exactly.
but there's it comes to a level where they're so weak that the only way you have to understand, the only way to help, like, you can still be jumping. The way you should just view it differently. The only way to help them is to get so strong that you can control it yourself. You know, like if it's a 6-0, your job is to try to go become 7-0 somewhere else, and then you could go kill bot because like okay, now that I'm stronger than Aphelios, now I can do what I need to do.
Yeah.
So you help them by becoming strong. That's how you should view helping them.
Yeah, now it's like being too greedy for random brown kill.
Right now, the game's just like you guys are way too behind. You know, every lane's losing. I mean, you're doing well, but even then, you're still down a level just because you have to run around everywhere, and Diana can just AFK farm. You know, and at this point, I think the game's over. There's not really any point to watch after this. Like, you guys are just too far behind. You know, at this point, it's just getting picks, try to get as many picks as possible. But then that relies on the enemies messing up. That's not really because of your own fruition, right? So I don't know. I think it's just this first recall could have helped a lot, and then after that, just way too many plays bot. I didn't see you gank mid once this game, and ironically, mid was your only non-losable lane. I mean, not losing lane, and your mid was your best lane to. Even if all three lanes were 0-0, top 0-0, mid 0-0, bot 0-0, even if all three lanes are even, mid is still your best lane to gank because Orianna is the most like weakest champ on their team, like the mobility wise, and Ari has the best setup for you. But the only time you went mid is like this doesn't count. Your mid's 1 HP. She can't. It's not actually a gank. It's like a 1v1. You know. This is like the only time you ever went mid. So I think like realize like who do I play for? Who's the easiest person for me to kill? And you'd see both answers are mid, and then you'd spend more time as mid. But all the times you like jungles have way works is we do camps. We have 30 seconds free time. It's called a timer. Camps 30 seconds free time. Camps 30 seconds free time. But if you spend all your free time either bot or top, you're not gonna have free time to go mid. You know you have to choose one or the other. You can't go bot and go mid and do all your camps. You have to choose one lane plus camps, right?
So it's like I had this narrative that like, oh my god,